What up, boxing world? JF Sports. As many of you guys know, Joe Diaz and Timothy Bradley are no longer working together. As a matter of fact, Bradley is the one that parted ways with his long-term trainer and coach, Joe Diaz. This was very emotional, bros, because I saw the interview and Joel Diaz, it came very, very shocking to him because he thought that he had an idea that it might be coming, and let's go back a bit, right? Bradley, before he ever got his first big fight, he was winning, he was undefeated, right? And that's when he started making noise, and the noise resulted in getting the Pacquiao fight, which he won controversially, but he won. That was his biggest payday, right? It was a seven-figure payday, and that was with Joe Diaz. Now, after that, he started getting big names, like Marquez, and a rematch again with Pacquiao. He was getting seven figures and seven figures. Bradley's biggest payday was $5 million, right, against Pacquiao, the first one. And so, with that said, Joel Diaz, yes, has taken Timothy Bradley to the next level. So credit to Joel Diaz. Now, as you guys know, when boxers, especially somebody like Timothy Bradley, that it's not really an exciting fighter. You guys gotta admit that. Bradley, he makes a lot of rookie mistakes. Even though a lot of people said that he has a great potential, to be one of the best, but he tend to be hard-headed, and you guys can see that. He let his emotions get the best of him in the ring. He doesn't really listen to his corner. But so when Bradley started getting them big names, starting to get big fights, so obviously more money. But also that's when people start to get close to you. As Bradley gets big, all these other bloodsuckers around him started taking big chunks out of Bradley. Started being what they call Bradley's friends, so to speak, and got really, really close to Bradley, to where Bradley and Joe Diaz's relationship was getting, far from it was before. So I guess there was already some tension back in the days where Bradley was somewhat like forced to get Joel Diaz, because nobody really wanted to work with Bradley because he was not such a big name. Now, yes, Joel Diaz for 10 years worked with Bradley and got him to the level he is at now. Now, like I said, this interview with Fight Hype, I think it was Fight Hype. I can't remember whose interview it was. It was very emotional. You know what I mean? Like he said, Joe Diaz said, I felt in the last couple fights, I felt that I didn't have any more say in Bradley's career, so to speak, even though he's the one that actually started Bradley. He said he would feel that in the locker room that he can't even like get a minute or any say on how Bradley's gonna perform that night. You got a lot of bloodsuckers, and Bradley, for some reason, is very vulnerable to all of those bloodsuckers, and is blind. Contrary to popular belief, Bradley's manager is his fucking stupid, fat, ugly wife. You know what I mean? No offense, but a lot of good men have failed because of a woman. Like I said, I'm not a sexist or anything like that, but sometimes you cannot let a woman run your life. You just can't. We all have women in our lives, but there's some things that you gotta do it yourself, and you gotta think for yourself. I see Bradley as somebody that is gullible. That's somebody that just follows whoever whoever is or whoever somebody's telling them, and it's like one of these dickheads that you guys can see in this picture. I'm not gonna point who it is, but it's pretty simple. You guys know which one is a fucking dickhead, a bloodsucker that actually manipulates Bradley versus Bradley listening to Joel Diaz. Now, Bradley said that it wasn't easy, that he actually took time and had taken time and actually talked with Diaz and parted ways, and it was like cool and all that stuff. But you can say all of that, but Diaz still gonna take that to the heart, because like I said, he worked with you for a very long time, contrary to popular belief. Even though it wasn't such a great performance against Jesse Vargas, you still won. You still won the title, right? You still, you're still a champ, and you still made a big payday. Even though Pacquiao's first fight was controversial, you still won that fight. You still got the title. You still got paid, and for you, and it's like Joel Diaz was saying, like, for some reason when Bradley was talking to me about parting ways with me, he kind of felt, not verbatim, but he kind of felt like, and this is how I got it, he kind of felt like it wasn't Bradley that was talking. You know what I mean? It was somebody else. And I have to agree. Like, if you guys follow, Bradley, Timothy Bradley's career somewhat. I don't really follow Bradley, but, obviously I keep up with the news and stuff like that and things like that. For some reason, there's a lot of people that are influencing Bradley's decisions, and there's a lot of bloodsuckers around Bradley when he started winning, but that can only go down. Bradley, I'm sorry, but he is hard-headed and he does not listen, and he started getting all these other folks behind him, and it seems like Joel Diaz is out of the picture, even though Joel Diaz started Bradley. And there was some complaints that Bradley was complaining that Joel Diaz would take a time off and do other things and train other fighters. Well, that's what trainers do. Freddie Roach does that to Manny Pacquiao all the time. He comes and train Miguel Cotto and other fighters. They do that all the time. Bradley seems to not have those problems for the past 10 years, and all of a sudden you have these bloodsuckers around him. Hey man, where's fucking Joel Diaz? Where's he at? He's never here. He's the one that getting paid the most, with the cut, but he's never here. We're the one here with you. It's like manipulating Bradley. Like I said, you can see this fucking picture, you can already tell which ones are fucking retards and fucking bloodsuckers, right? But you cannot deny that Joel Diaz is the one that started Bradley and brought Bradley the way or where he's at now. So like I said, it was very emotional, man. Like, I'm gonna try to find that interview that I saw, and I'm gonna try to link I'm gonna try to put the link in the description. Y'all check him out. But I believe it was Fight Hype. I'm not 100% sure though. But it was very emotional, man. Like, but Joel Diaz, even though he doesn't have anything bad to say against Bradley, he said, we part ways, and I wish him nothing but the best. Because he still have that friendship feeling with Bradley, because they worked for so long. You know what I mean? But he said there's no return, because Joel Diaz was asked if Bradley ever changed his mind and go back to him, would he take it? He said, no, I have too much pride for that. I'm not gonna go back to him after he turned me down and pretty much embarrassed you, right? He embarrassed you in the whole world, saying that, what, you're not good enough anymore for me. I am where I am now. I don't need you anymore. That's what Bradley pretty much do. Even though, like I said, I don't think it's all Bradley. I think it's some bloodsuckers influence that's talking that. And some people are saying it's his fucking bitch wife and this fucking bloodsuckers around him. Like, Bradley is the type of person that you can tell and see somewhat that he doesn't have his own fucking mind. He don't talk from himself. He just gets influenced by people, and very, very vulnerable and very gullible. You know what I mean? Like I said, Bradley has a good resume. He's only lost once, when he should have lost twice. But anyways, he's only lost once, and he thinks he's gonna be somebody, but he's not. He's really not. He needs somebody like Joel Diaz in his corner. And Joel Diaz's recommendation, because Teddy Atlas is being mentioned around Bradley's next coach and trainer. What the fuck is Teddy Atlas really gonna do with fucking Bradley? Teddy Atlas, he's another fucking big mouth sports commentator, ex-trainer, ex-boxer that broke his back, and he's got a fucking retard mouth. And what the fuck do you really think Teddy Atlas is gonna do? to Bradley. Not a goddamn thing, but make his fucking head get bigger. That's what Teddy Atlas does. You know, it makes your fucking head get bigger, thinking that you're the best in the world, and that's what he's gonna make fucking Bradley thinks, and Bradley's gonna get fucking knocked out and lose after lose. You know what I mean? So I don't recommend that. Joel Diaz's, like I said, recommendation was for Bradley to actually get his father to be his trainer and coach. You know, and I don't know about his fucking wife. I don't know, man. You know, it's cool and all to have families and shit like that, but it seems like Bradley's wife, man, it's just, you shouldn't be in the fucking picture. You shouldn't be a manager. You know what I mean? You shouldn't be none of that shit. You know what I mean? Just, I don't know, man. She should know better, and she should not let Bradley. She shouldn't let Bradley part ways with Joel Diaz. You know, but I see Bradley is like listening to these fucking bloodsuckers around him, and that sucks, bro. That really sucks when you letting go somebody that you actually needed the most and actually brought you to where you are now. And you know what they say, you know, Bradley will realize when Joel Diaz is gone. So, but it's crazy, man. It's very emotional. Joel Diaz, you know, he's not angry. I think Joel Diaz is more hurt than anything. You know what I mean? Because it's like, you know, you trading me for all these bloodsuckers that barely know you, and he's been training with you for a very long time, 10 years, you know, over 10 years. So it sucks. But there you go, guys. Bradley made a decision, and he just gotta stand by his decision, and you know, hopefully he does better things without Joel Diaz. And you know what's gonna happen? The moment Bradley fights and fucking loses embarrassingly and stop being the way he was without Joel Diaz, people will criticize his ass heavy. His bloodsuckers around him, his fucking wife was his manager. All those motherfuckers are gonna get fucking criticized. And Bradley is the only one to be blamed because he's the one that can't think for himself and actually listen to all these retards around him, you know? But like I said before, just like everybody is criticizing Bradley for, you know, he said a lot of good men have failed because of a woman, and he is listening to a woman. And matter of fact, some fans' comments are like, you know, oh man, I remember I had a great career too. I started listening to a female, and I never went nowhere and stuff like that. Like I said, I'm not saying that all females are like that. It's just that I think being the manager of Bradley, the wife, she needs to like really think hard, unless she's dumb, but she really needs to not let Joel Diaz leave. And actually some people are also saying that this has something to do with race. So I don't know, man. You know, I know Bradley's married to a Mexican girl, and you know, and also Joel Diaz is Mexican, but everybody else around Bradley is African American. So all the bloodsuckers around him are African American. So even though Bradley started with Joel Diaz, so it's, I don't know, man. There's all kinds of stuff. Like, we don't really know everything, but it seems that Bradley thought that parting with Joel Diaz was okay. That Joel Diaz was all right with it, but Joel Diaz is not all right with it. You know, he's actually hurt. This dude is hurt. You know. So, but regardless of how you see it, Joel Diaz is the one brought Bradley to where he is now, and actually made him 7-figure paydays. Not all this retard around him. You know what I mean? But that is, man. It is what it is. So it sucks. It sucks. And like I said, the training, I mean the interview with Joel Diaz was very emotional. You know what I'm saying? You can feel that dude was fucking hurt. You know what I mean? It's like, damn. You know, it's like, fuck. What the fuck were you thinking, Bradley? You know what I mean? What the fuck you doing, bro? You know, and like I said, Joel Diaz wishes Bradley nothing but the best, you know, in his future endeavors. But it's not, he said he's not coming back to Bradley. And even if Bradley begs him to come back and work with him again, he said no. Well, you can't blame Joel Diaz for saying that, though. You know what I'm saying? You left me hanging. You know, you surprised me with your retarded. And you know, you guys know damn well, every time Joel Diaz probably leaves the gym and work with somebody else, because that's what trainers and coaches do. They work with somebody else. They're not, you know, full time with you. Just like I said, Roach to Manny Pacquiao. You know, I bet you those bloodsuckers probably planting every fucking day for like maybe last couple years, planting all those fucking bad seeds in Bradley's head. You guys know what I'm talking about. You guys can feel that, you know when Joel Diaz is not there, He can't defend himself. He can't hear what these bloodsuckers are telling Bradley. He probably fucking planning all those bad seeds over and over and over in Bradley's head, you know? And you can fucking tell it, you know? You can just feel it, man. Like I said, I'm gonna try to find the link, and I'm gonna put it in the description so you can check it out, because you can actually get a lot of, you know, an idea, kind of get a feeling of what really happened between Bradley and Joel Diaz. But in just my opinion, whatever happened here is really not Bradley's decision. He's an instrument to all this madness. Somebody else has planted the seed to make Bradley acted the way he did against Joel Diaz. Well, there you go, guys. Let me know. Drop me a comment. And as always, thanks for watching. JF Sports.